We are moving through shapes in space. Creating shapes. A full attentiveness to where your body is in space. Keep moving and listen. Remember our ideas of positive and negative space. You are the positive space, and all the spaces in between your limbs and body parts, that's the negative space, yeah? I want you to continue moving, paying attention to how the negative space changes as a result of your movement. How does the negative space change around you as a result of your movement? So really being aware of the negative space. The space in between, the non-occupied space. Keep moving. Now I want you to shift to the positive space. So feel how your body changes in the positive space. So your body itself, awareness of the shapes that you're creating now with the positive space. Switch back to the negative space in your mind. So focusing on the negative space. Back to the positive space. So you're thinking about how that's affecting you. In that space. Back to the negative space. Focusing on that negative space. Back to the positive space. Beautiful. Negative space. Positive space. Negative space. Positive space. Continue to move thinking about your negative space. Negative space. While you listen to your next instruction, continue to move thinking about that negative space. We're going to play with curved and angular shapes. So, shifting our focus from negative and positive space, we're moving it specifically to our body itself. I want you to start to play with curved shapes. Curved shapes. So thinking about how we can curve our body, not just in our limbs, but other body parts as well. Your whole body as a whole. And how you're moving through space. Are you really stuck in your near kinesphere, your far kinesphere, your mid kinesphere? Explore a part of your kinesphere you haven't really been playing with recently. Curved shapes. Now I want you to try to sustain those curved movements. Sustain your curved movements. Beautiful. Sustaining the curve movements. Beautiful. Start thinking about spiraling those curved, sustained movements. What does a spiral mean to you? How does the sustained movement spiral? Or twist. How can you twist it? Yeah? So you can play with a spiral. You can play with a twist through that curved movement. Beautiful. Now I want you to travel around the space in large sweeping circles. What does that mean to you? Travel through the space in large sweeping circles. Sweeping circles. Large ones. Nice, Kay. Large sweeping circles. Beautiful. What about moving through the space with tight little curls? Tight little curls. Moving through space like locomotives. So you're moving through space with tight little curls. Doesn't mean it slows down. Tight little curls. Beautiful, Jose. Tight little curls. Good, Tisa. Good, Adrian. I love that it's your finger specifically. I'd love you to start trying angular shapes now, shifting your focus to angular shapes. So we're not traveling so far anymore. Now we're thinking about angular shapes. You can create angles with all parts of your body, not just your arms and legs. Yes, ankles, toes, torso. Yeah, it's getting warm in here. Everybody's taking their layers off, eh? Angular shapes. Angular shapes. Good. Start playing with moving those angular shapes through space with abrupt changes of direction. So allow the angles to abruptly change the direction that you're moving in space. Let those angular shapes move you through space, and the angles will change your directions occasionally. Yes, beautiful. You can also start throwing within these angular shapes some straight lines here and there. Yeah? You can also play with sudden stops and starts. So you're moving through space with angles and lines. The angles can abruptly change your direction. And you can play with start and stop. So many things. Angles, change of direction, lines, start and stop. Lots of things to choose from. Nice. I'm going to ask you to find a way to stop. Now start moving again. Shoot. Think something to pull you. Let it pull you. An angle. Start your movement again. Good. Bring yourself to a neutral position. It could be any neutral position. You could be on the ground. You could be whatever's neutral right now. Close your eyes for a minute and just listen. We're going to shift our focus to direct and indirect space. Direct with a direct, clear focus. Indirect with many foci, yes? So we're going to start with a direct, single focus. I want you to move through space with the notion of a direct, single spatial focus. Meaning, are you moving in your sagittal plane? Yes, which is which plane? Do you remember sagittal? It's your wheel plane. Good. Your horizontal plane, do you remember which one that is?
Door.
Table. And your vertical plane, door. Yes? So I want you to have a specific one single spatial focus for a few moments. And then we're going to play with expanding our spatial focus, okay? All right, choose a plane to find your focus. Single plane, strong spatial focus. While you're working in your single plane, I want you to start to bring your attention to the fact that there's a lot of people around you and a lot of space around you. Allow your focus to become multifaceted. It doesn't necessarily have to be a plane. It could be the people, it could be the ceiling, it could be the bar, it could be the floor. So now, lots and lots of things are overlapping in your focus. How does it pull your body around the space when you allow the focus to overlap from one single plane to many things? It could be multiple planes, it could be multiple people. It could be a ceiling light bulb, it could be a light switch. It could be the let's move sign in the front of the room. While you're moving, I want you to challenge yourself. Allow your body right now to react to every single spatial focus possible in the room. Go! The people behind you, the ceiling, the wall, the bars. The people near you. Woo! That's gorgeous. Bring your focus back to one plane. One plane. Gorgeous work. While you're in your plane, I'm going to ask everybody, now we're going to explore planes a little bit more in depth. I'm going to ask you all to improv only in your vertical plane right now, which is your door plane. Which is your door plane, yes? Up and down. Front to back. And up and down. Yes? Front and back and up and down. Vertical plane. Up and down, front and back. Door plane. Keep in mind that your planes have high, middle, and low, yes? Careful there, that's your sagittal plane, Eric, yeah? Or that's your sagittal plane. You want to do your vertical plane right now. Forward and back only, yes? You're very limited here in your vertical plane. I want you to play in your sagittal plane, side to side. Sagittal plane, side to side. Your wheel plane. You have low, mid, and high in your wheel plane. I'm going to turn the lights on for your filming. Some of you are in shadow. Keep going. I'm going to ask you to switch your focus to your horizontal plane. That's your table plane. Yes? Table plane. Table plane. So that means that any part of your body can play in that table plane. It's around you. into our last exercise, I want you to alternately choose different body parts to be imaginatively attached to tracks in the ceiling. Move with the restriction of having a body part, any body part, imaginarily attached to an imaginary track in the ceiling. Does everyone understand? It's an imaginary track. Your body, one body part is attached and it's moving attached to that track. You may switch body parts at any time. Know where your track is. The track can be any old track. It could be any shape, any form. If you haven't switched body parts, play with another one. Allow yourself to find an end to this improv. So you're hanging on a track. How does it end? When you have finished, come see me at the front of the room for a journal. Good, Kayla. Number one. All you're answering is the first question. Yep. Good job, everybody. Grab a sip, too.